The obligatory autumn video is here. Oh my gosh, this is take 2. I just spent 2 hours setting everything up, pulling out all of these bottles, put everything away only to realise that it didn't record. What a waste of time. But I do it for the love of perfume. The life of a YouTuber, eh? Oh my gosh. Anyway, the seasons are changing. It is time when all of the reviewers do their top 10 for the season, picks, suggestions, ideas, and things that we will be reaching for. So, I don't know if you ever noticed, but I usually skip summer altogether. God, I feel like I'm in Groundhog Day. I just said all of this stuff. Maybe it'll be better this time. Think positive. So I usually skip summer because I tend to go for more heavy, oriental, spicy, incense, resinous, woody type fragrances. I don't really own much that can be worn in summer, so I don't really tend to do a summer video or even spring that much. I have done a few, but when it comes to autumn, that is when we're talking. That is when my collection comes into full force. So today I wanted to give you a rundown of the top 10 things that I will be reaching for this autumn, and also as a note to self to remind me to wear them because a lot of them I forget. So before I start, just very quickly, I have reviewed all of these fragrances in depth, bar one, the first one, which I'll put on the list first because I haven't reviewed it yet. And so yeah, if you want to find out any more about them, just search Ouch 110 and the name of the fragrance and you shall find my review. Some of them are really old though, when I was a baby reviewer. Anyway, the first one on the list is George by Jardins d'Écrivain. This is the only one that I don't own, but I do have access to it, so I will be wearing it quite a bit. It's a really good fragrance. This brand is fairly unknown, I would say. They're a really nice niche brand. They have 6 main fragrances in their line, so I believe. 5 of which I love. There's only one that I'm not too fond of, and they just released a new set of 3 as well. Their fragrances are really nice. They're kind of French Baroque style feeling, I don't know. And George is in reference to George Sand, who was a female writer in the 1800s, but she chose to not conform to gender stereotypes. She lived her life dressing in men's clothes, smoking pipe tobacco, which was a huge travesty back in them days for women to even smoke. So good on you, George. I'm happy that you did it. So the fragrance, of course, is centered around tobacco. It has real Moroccan tobacco absolute in it. It has Peru balm, it has myrrh, it has a lot of resins going on. It has neroli, and it has a real twist of coffee as well. It's a deep, cozy, I guess you could say masculine fragrance, but it's aimed at anyone. Anyone can wear it. You know, it's in honour of George Sand. She didn't care, so why would anyone else? Wear whatever you like. I really like it though. It's quite unusual. It's different. I've not smelled anything like it before. A really nice tobacco, coffee, resinous thing. Really suited to autumn. So the next one on my list is an oldie but goodie. I wanted to bring into this video something that's been reviewed, tried and tested so many times before, but I never find myself reaching for it, and it's really suited to autumn. It is Givenchy Pi for men. I feel like this is a completely androgynous fragrance. It's so sweet, it's resinous, it's mainly vanilla, it's really balsamic, and it's actually my best friend's signature, but I never wear it around him because I'm not a mean person. But I just really love it. It's one of the greatest male fragrances, in my opinion, that there are, yet I've had this for 5-6 years and I have still only worn it that many times, so ooh, you are dirty, my friend. So yeah, I wanted to put Givenchy Pi on the list because, note to self, wear this in autumn, otherwise it's just going to sit there and sit there and sit there. And I love the bottle. I've always loved this bottle. I think it's amazing, but it needs a clean right now. The next one is my most recent review that I did, and it's also the most recent thing that got added to my collection. It is Tyrannosaurus Rex by Zoologist. Oh lord, this is a challenging fragrance. This is crazy strong, but to me it feels very autumnal because it's resinous, it's fiery, it's smoky, it's like burning forests, it's herbaceous, it's got a metallic tang of blood in the core of it, there's some leather in there as well, there's some civet I believe, and it feels like that dark brown kind of smoky feeling that I think of when I think of autumn. People burning leaves, fires, the weather being cooler, something a bit mysterious, I don't know. It's got notes of cade oil. Cade oil is the main note to my nose, which is a smoked herbaceous medicinal type feeling. There's ylang ylang in here, there's geranium, there's rose, there's leather, there's incensey feeling. It's a great one, but man alive is it challenging. So this is on the list because I'm challenging myself to wear this in autumn. And I'm not going to let it wear me, which is very, very much possible because it's a crazy, crazy fragrance. So if you can get a sample of it, definitely try it out. I consider this to be autumnal for sure. The next one on the list I'm really looking forward to wearing. I only wore it a few times last autumn. As you can see, I've hardly used any from my bottle. It is Angel Muse. This is a really nice twist on Angel, and it's in my autumn selection because of its nutty tone. I think it has hazelnut in it, or some kind of nut. I'm not sure. But when I think of autumn, I think of nuts, I think of pumpkins, I think of hay, I think of apple cider, I think of brown falling leaves. This is a really lovely, again, gourmand patchouli, which is what Angel is. It's a gourmand patchouli thing, but this has got the added note of creamy nuttiness, which feels cozy and warm and a little bit firesidey type smell. It's really lovely, it's really sweet, it's kind of sexy as well. And I haven't really worn it. I've probably used about 3 mils out of this bottle, so note to self, wear this fragrance and this is a great one for autumn. Next! The next one on the list was a gift, and it was something that I was looking to add to my collection for a really long time, so I was really grateful to receive it. It is Boulevard 34 Boulevard Saint Germain by Diptyque, and it's the Eau de Parfum version with the black lid. The white lid is more like a spring citrus floral, so not that one, don't get it confused. This one's all about balms, resins, it's really sweet and cozy. It's so lovely, and I always say that when it turns a bit colder, balms, resins, cozy, smooth notes like that really work well with that season. And this is a perfect example of something that is autumny to me. Autumny to me. I'm sure I've said that in other reviews. It just sounds funny to me. Autumny to me. Oh my gosh, stop. Stop saying that, people, it's not good. It's really nice, it's woody, there's a kind of crisp woody element going on in the background, but really it's so balsamic and cozy, like I said, I love it. The colour of the liquid is pretty much how it smells. Warm, brown, fuzzy, good, sweet smoothness. The next one on the list is another one that I want to put on because I want to remind myself to wear it. I've been back and forth with this fragrance a lot. I'm having a battle with it. I got it the day it came out in summer in 2017, and it really isn't to me a summer fragrance. It is Aura by Thierry Mugler. I have trouble personally wearing things that have a lot of vanilla in them because my skin amps vanilla a whole bunch. If there's a small amount, it becomes really prominent on me. And this has bourbon vanilla in it, which is one of the sweetest and strongest I think that exists. I think, possibly Madagascar is more, but I wore this a couple of times when it was colder last year and beginning of this year, and it worked so much better for me. So this is another reminder to myself, and I really like it. It doesn't feel autumny at all, but autumnal, I should say, if I want to be posh. But it's kind of a green gourmand. It has a fantasy note of wolfwood, which was created by a company called Firmenich. They're kind of known for creating new accords and kind of creating fantasy accords. So wolfwood is the woodiness in here. It's kind of medicinal, almost a little bit on the oudi side, I think, as well as something called Tiger Liana. Don't know what that is, but I think it's another fantasy floral created by Firmenich. I could be wrong. Or it's Tiger Lily, one of the two. But it spans that category of green and gourmand, kind of like Marc Jacobs Decadence, and I do much prefer it in colder weather, so we'll be wearing this one soon. And the bottle is still amazing. I love the bottle, more than the scent, actually, just being honest. The next one on the list is a huge favourite of mine. It's another big discovery of mine this year, and it is another Zoologist. It is Moth. It is the next bottle I will be buying with my next paycheck because I've fallen so deeply in love with this perfume I don't even know what to do with myself. I've been waiting for autumn to come. This came out in summer, so, or even spring I think, I can't remember, but it definitely wasn't winter. So I've been waiting for autumn to come to get my bottle so I can wear it. I still have my 10 mils though. My three favourite zoologists are Camel, Nightingale, Moth, in that order. However, Moth has now flipped into position number 2. Camel and Moth are my two favourites now from this brand. I gave my friend a sample of this to wear. We went out recently to an event. It smelled amazing on him. I appreciated it even more in that moment because I finally got to smell it on someone else properly. It's just incredible. It's about a moth leaving its burrow to find a mate, but ultimately dying in flames. Poor moth, you know, they're attracted to flames and they often kill themselves. So it's a smoky fragrance. However, there's so much going on. It's almost like a honeyed smoked incense. There's a lot of dusky florals in here, i.e. heliotrope. There's saffron in here, there's a bit of oud. And it's so unique. There is nothing that smells like this ever that I have come across, or even close to how interesting and unique this is. It's not going to be for everyone. You have to really like honey, but it's intoxicating to me. I was literally nuzzling my friend's neck when we were out together. It was weird. It was very, very weird. Moth. Next bottle in my collection, for sure. I can't wait to wear it in autumn. The next one is a good old faithful that I look forward to wearing in colder weather, but never really do, so I'm putting it on this list again as a reminder to self. It's Dior Addict. Tried and tested. Everybody knows Dior Addict. Whether you hate it or love it, it's a famous perfume. It's great. Oh my gosh, this one. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's essentially a sandalwood with lots of vanilla, but it smells a whole lot more than that. The vanilla in it is quite apparent, but the exotic woodiness really slices through it and makes it sharp and sultry. It's a real kind of come hither, I think it's really sensual compliment getter of a fragrance. People always mention it when I wear it. Somebody will always say, whether it's a friend or sometimes strangers will say, you smell really good. I'm like, I know, it's Dior Addict, right? It's amazing. So this is a staple in my collection. This is the new formula. My mum did have the original formula of it, which was incredible. I would love to get my hands on the original formula. But the new formula, to me, isn't so bad. Some reformulations are horrendous. This one isn't too bad. I mean, it's not the original, but it's still Dior Addict at the end of the day. I'm glad just to have the smell in my collection. I love this, so I'll be reaching for this now that it's getting colder. This one's probably going to come as no surprise to anyone if you follow me, because I talk about it all the damn time. I talk about it on social media, I've mentioned it in reviews, I've reviewed it, blah 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 blah. It is Nanban by Arquiste. This is my favourite discovery of 2017. I swiftly got my bottle as soon as I could, basically. This is amazing and it just really epitomises autumn smells to me. It's inspired by Japanese galleon. I have reviewed it, by the way. I know I said that, but check it out if you want to. It's inspired by Japanese galleon, carrying loads of samurai warriors, that's hard to say. Say that 5 times fast. On a voyage back from the east, on a massive ship, and all of the precious cargo they would have been carrying. So it's pepper, it's coffee, it's tea, it's saffron, there's loads of resins in here, myrrh, there's a beautiful sandalwood in here, there's a lovely Spanish leather note to it as well. There's also something a little bit animalic, which I think, I don't know where it comes from, possibly the leather or the leather sandalwood combination, but it's a spicy fragrance that turns resinous and then leathery, and to me, it is perfection. I gush about it far too much, I'm very aware of that, but it's going on my list because I'm going to wear it now that it's not summer anymore. Yay. And finally, this one is on my list because this is a personal challenge for myself. I added this fragrance to my collection quite recently. Actually, not quite recently, I added it in winter last year. I'm completely lying. Winter last year is when I got it. I can never really find the occasion, time or space to wear it because it's quite intimidating, but nonetheless, I love the fragrance. So I will pretty much wear anything. I consider myself to be someone that's quite a bold fragrance wearer. I will wear pretty much anything. Nothing really scares me that much. This one kind of does. It's Armis by Beaufort. It's nuts. It's aggressive, it's really unusual, but man is it interesting and unique. I've never smelled a perfume like this in my life. It is inspired by the East India Company and everything that they trade. So this is tea. It has a tea opening and then the fragrance descends into a whiskey and opium accord. So it has a sweet narcotic background that's really heady and unusual. There's a big dose of smoke in here, and then you have tobacco in the base, as well as real oud oil in it as well. But it's not a Middle Eastern oudy type feeling at all. It's way too unusual for that. It's herbal, smoky, syrupy, woody and boozy all at the same time. It is nuts. Via Armis is the slogan of the East India Company, or so I'm led to believe. So this is a personal challenge to reach for this on occasions that fit, which aren't many, but it's definitely suited to colder weather. I always say there are no rules, but I have put a rule in place for myself to not wear this in hot weather because it's far too bizarre for that. Anyway, that is my list. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it might have given you some ideas or suggestions on what to wear for autumn, or just a little bit of insight into perfume in general. That's it. Anyway, I'm at Shomano. Click my logo down there to subscribe, and have a great autumn, everyone. I'll see you really soon. Why am I in such a cheesy mood? I should be in a really bad mood considering this is the second time I've done this. Never mind. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.